A slow, deep hunger has been building for decades in Guatemala. Natural disasters and drought have destroyed crops, cut off families' ability to grow anything. No food means starvation, and babies are dying every day. My mission is simple: assemble a team of ordinary people who aren't afraid, who can hear the cries of a hungry child, and they're willing to do the extraordinary to save a life with me. I'm called the Extreme Rescuer. I go where most people won't go across the globe, and I do what it takes to bring these babies out alive.
Ho, ho, ho! Keep it stable. Grab that rock.
It's hard right now because we haven't had that much rain, so we are losing more babies now. Last year we lost 85 babies. It's very sad when we lose one. We think we saved it and we lost it.
I have been law enforcement for years. You see so many things in law enforcement, like kids in the impoverished part of town, and this is so much worse than that. But you hear a story like that and you want to get involved and do something, and this is my way of doing that.
I want to go rescue a baby. I want to be a part of this whole outreach gathering and helping and educating. And Extreme Rescuers does this, and I want to be a part of that. And then I call my daughter, and
this is very intense. It's spiritual, it's physical, it's emotional, it's everything. So being here is definitely, I feel like, going to change a lot.
This is going to change your life.
Yeah.
This is going to be a life-changing experience.
We're going to the mountains of Camelton. Extreme Rescuers have been called in because we're looking at children that are actually dying in these mountains. Mothers, in some cases, have multiple children, and they're having to make a decision between which child lives and which child dies. That's a tough decision for anyone to make.
They pick who gets to eat which day. Look at their tears in their eyes. Watch them cry. Watch their parents cry, knowing that they're doing everything that they can to help these children.
When it comes to starvation or disease, there isn't any medical treatment at 10,000 feet. There's not a doctor they can pick up the phone and call and say, "Come see my baby before it dies." The people in these villages, they lack the ability to get their children from 10,000 feet down to the hospital that this man provides. Hope of Life has the ability to feed these children. Hope of Life has the ability to save these babies. But absent our help bringing them down, these babies will die. There is no food, there is no water, there is no electricity. They're doing everything that they can do to just survive. The conditions are so severe in these villages, you could basically point out any child in the lineup, and it's a child that would perhaps need medical attention or be absolutely starving to death.
And they're little, they're innocent, they don't know. You know, and I think about my own daughter who's 6, and I try to think about her growing up and not having food, or growing up with a life where she's always hungry, always.
Regardless of what it takes, I'm going in and I'm going to rescue a child. We're going across canoe, perhaps horseback, to the base of the mountain. We're going up, we're bringing them down.
and we're going up the side of a mountain range to get to a baby. You don't know what to expect. You start going, but you determine in your mind you're going to make a difference, so you're going to go, whatever it is.
There are no options. We're it. Extreme Rescuers, this is the only option these children have. Julio began suffering with diarrhea, vomiting, high fevers, common conditions for children in these parts of Guatemala. Julio had deteriorated to a point of severe malnutrition, which caused him to lose the ability to see, to talk, or even walk. His parents pray every day that someone would just help them. Let's go.
Every minute, every second counts, because every second is a life.
Water, mud, slopping, flapping over you, and we're on a rescue.
As we approached, I could see that this bridge was not safe to cross.
There were boards that were falling to the ground. I mean, this wasn't a stable bridge like you would see in America. This was dangerous.
This is not something you would walk across, but this is the road that we have to travel.
If one single tire were to have slipped, it would have been game over.
Here's your trouble spot. Watch the board. Slow, slow. You got it. You got it. Let's go. Come on.
We approached a bridge that was out. Someone had built sandbags and some sort of passageway below the bridge, and I said, you know what, let's go around. And just when we thought we could get to the other side, boom.
We got a problem. All right, they're not moving. They're not moving. All right, Brianna, stay in the car. Stay in the car.
The people won't let us cross the river. I was scared for a moment because they have machetes.
You know what movies you've seen where they come out there with the machetes and the gun and they whack all of our heads off or something? I mean, we were freaking out.
Tell them we're trying to reach the babies, obviously, on the other side.
They say you can't cross the river. We have to negotiate with them.
Okay, if we do not cross, their babies will die. And there I am staring in the eyes of a man with a machete. Instinct kicks in. I got to save a life. Very little time to act. And I did the only thing I knew possible. I identified their need in that moment.
So what if we send help to fix the bridge in exchange for letting us cross to get these babies?
Damon, I saw his determination. He was going to negotiate his way across that bridge.
Is that fair? Is that good? Okay. Good. Okay, well, let's go while the getting's good. Come on. Back in, quick. All right, good. Good night. All right, that was a close one. That's why they call this reality TV. I told them we would repair the bridge. I mean, this is an inconvenience for them like it is us, so.
The old saying, don't burn a bridge you'd have to cross. Well, be sure to repair a bridge that we might have to cross again, and that's exactly what we did. Here's this 11-year-old boy that was dying before my very eyes simply because he didn't have food. And his eyes were crying out to me for help.
He was only 23 pounds. Just think, 11-year-old, 23 pounds.
Skin and bones, having gone blind because of starvation and malnutrition and living in this darkness and this fear and this dread.
What is that child thinking at 11 years old? He had thoughts.
He's very nervous. He don't know what is happening.
He was in so much agony. You could see it in his face.
Is someone here to watch the rest of
He
the
clung to his mother for every smidgen of life the kid had.
Okay.
He's dying.
He was so thin. His skin's draped over the bone. I saw it. It's real.
It just rips your heart out. In those moments that you say, I'm going to do whatever I have to do to get this baby out and save his life. He's not going to be separated from his mother. His mommy is going with him. They're going together. We're going to go somewhere where he can get good food.
So Damon says, no problem. You and the mama come with us.
Mama, he can hang on just like that. He doesn't have to go anywhere. We're just there to help in any way we can.
Somos especialistas en esto.
These are the toughest parts of our journey, folks. I mean, this is what you signed up for, you know? We don't understand this in the United States, where we have abundance. We have all that we could hope for. I mean, we worry about the little stuff.
The things that we take for granted are so minuscule in comparison to these children.
Let's get this 11-year-old little boy some help. I encourage you to become a rescuer with me. Maybe you can't get on a plane and get in the field and save a child, but you can become a rescuer right where you are now by pledging your support and saying, I want to help rescue these children that are dying.
You're saving a child's life.
How many people can say that they saved a life?
By making a simple monthly pledge of only $12, that's less than 40 cents a day, you will help me save children across the globe.
Do something. Be like a good Samaritan to the baby that's dying.
When you become a rescuer, you're getting involved in the life of that child. We're going to send you every single month a description of how that child is doing so you can see that they've recovered and that they're living the life that they deserve. There is nothing more rewarding in this life than knowing that you made a difference and saved the life of a child that is dying, that is desperate, that has literally hours left to live.
Knowing that you saved a child's life is something that you will take with for the rest of your life.
Consider if you don't make the call. As you watch this program, as you listen to my voice, children are dying. I can't do it alone. I can't do it without your support. And it takes you and I working together to make a difference.
They're still over there. They're still dying.
Every gift will make a difference in the life of a child. I'm asking you to make the decision that you're going to make a difference and be a rescuer. Your 40 cents a day helps sustain these children after they're saved, to provide medical care, to provide clothing and shelter, to provide clean drinking water, and to provide them the very sustenance of life. Food. Isn't that worth $12? Isn't that worth just 40 cents a day?
They're so happy you're giving them food, because that may be the only food they had today, maybe the only food they had all week.
We're changing lives. We're taking babies they'll never make it if we don't take them out of there.
I wish that I didn't have to ask you to pledge one single dime. I wish that we could just save these children, and that it didn't cost, but it does. It takes one pledge of your financial support, only $12, 40 cents a day, and we can rescue children.
Damon has this motto that says, join me or send me. It's really that simple.
Join me or send me, but please take action right now. When the children are so close to death and nobody's willing or able to get there, that's when we're called. We've received a call. We don't know how far along the child is. They live in an area where there's been the worst drought in history. All of the crops around their huts are dead. I grabbed a corn husk and I cracked it open, and just dust and decay.
The house was like a hut made out of dirt and grass, just very sad.
But those are the conditions of these people, and it's all that they have. That's why a rescue is often required, a must, to save the lives of these children. This is little Maria. How old is Maria?
2 years old.
His baby is 2 years old and probably weighs less than 20 pounds. Her body was malnutritioned. Her skin had changed color. She was so sick. She's in such pain. She's so malnutritioned, she barely has energy enough to even cry. We're gonna save this baby.
I saw Damon coming out with a baby. He's got somebody in his arms.
We're gonna take the baby to the hospital. We were just in the nick of time. She was hanging on, literally breaths away from death.
We moved first back to the rescue center, to the compound, with the doctors working at the same time, trying to save the life of babies.
Rescue is getting that baby back to the hospital and making sure it lives.
The countdown's on, clock is ticking, and you know that at any moment, that baby could die.
Put a needle in its vein, it's dehydrated, and they were trying to do vitals. It was like team effort in ER.
But when I received the other call, the baby was dying at the dump.
And there is no way I can get to him.
There's a second baby who needs to be saved. And that's what we did. We broke off, we separated, we divided to conquer.
I'll go with Cody, and I'll reach the baby and I'll bring it down.
And we have limited time. We gotta move. Baby Astrid has spent the last month suffering from diarrhea and vomiting due to severe malnutrition. Lesions and open sores, the last stages of starvation, have erupted across her frail body, leaving her hours away from certain death. So Carlos, this is the call that we got to come out here?
Yeah, here is where they live. They will pick in the garbage to see if they can find some food.
The smell, you've got burning trash. It's just a big trash dump.
Yep.
Looking for food and
whatever they can find. There is about 200 houses like that around here, made out of trash. So.
That's where these people live. They live here so they can go through the trash and they find stuff to eat, they find stuff to sell. This is how they support their family.
They're born here and they die here.
He tells me to hang back. He goes in by himself.
Okay.
¿Cómo está? No muerde. ¿Y aquí qué es lo que hace? As soon as I went in, I knew something was wrong.
That's what I signed up for, to be a rescuer. He's gonna come out and he'll have a child, and the child will be in need of medical attention. The child will need food.
The baby's dead. There's nothing we can do. He died about an hour ago. So in reality, we're too late.
This is different than what I thought it was gonna be. He comes out, there's nothing. He said, we're too late.
I offered her to buy a coffin. She said, no, just use the money that you're gonna spend in a coffin and my other children's.
We can't be too late, because that's not what I signed up for. I signed up to make a difference.
Let's go.
I signed up to rescue somebody.
Last night a call came in, and one of these babies are near death. We've got to go approximately 20 miles to a river. And it's not a little pond. I mean, it's a roaring river. The only way to cross the river is by canoe. The reason for that is that the bridge that was there is gone. It's washed away.
You see this broken board bridge that had fallen and collapsed? They can't get across.
They had no means of getting over unless we crossed that river.
Absent us being there to help, this baby was going to die.
At 4 months old, Jasmine is the fragile size of a premature baby. Jasmine suffered from extreme cases of diarrhea and fever from malnutrition that wrecked her frail body until she wasted away into her current critical condition.
If that boat tips, you do not come across the other side unless that baby's in your hand. Am I clear?
The way that they had to maneuver their boat just to get to the other side was blowing my mind. My heart was racing.
If you go over, you're over. You're done.
Buenos dias.
The plan is there was one child that needs rescuing.
There's not one baby waiting for us. There's three. There's three babies. Other mothers with babies dying too heard that this team was coming to bring these babies back to the hospital, feed them to save their lives, and they were waiting for us. Oh boy.
So we're gonna have to come back later.
And then they've got to turn around and go back and see if they can't get the baby that we originally was going after. That was baby Jasmine.
All we know is that we've got to save the precious lives that are in our hands. So we're going to take these across, and we're going to try to come back maybe and get the fourth baby if they show, okay? This is absolutely a moment where you say, God, what if we weren't here? If we had only come a week later, if we had decided to do something else instead of board that plane and come to this country, 48 hours would have made a difference. These babies would have died. What we're doing is saving lives. This wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for your support. This wouldn't be possible. These lives, these babies, these precious babies, these precious lives would not be saved if it wasn't for your support. I could only ask that you take a moment and consider what a single call will make, what a difference it will make in the life of a child. The life that I'm holding, it's not mine. This is a gift that must be saved, that must be protected, that must be preserved. Please take a moment and consider what you can do and make a call right now.
Vamos a caminar con ellos.
Katrina, take this baby.
I'm like, oh my God. You choke up inside. You want to hold it, you want to love it, you want to kiss it. Oh, it broke my heart. I must have cried 50 times.
We got them to the ambulance, and the ambulances got them onto the hospital. And I looked one of the guys in the eyes, Cody, and I said, Cody, we're going back. I think he thought I was crazy.
I signed up, I signed a waiver, I'm good to go.
It was scary, but we did it again.
All right,
It's like leave no child behind. He left no child behind.
Cody, grab that rock. Keep it stable, keep it stable.
Oh my God. Okay. I remember the cry of this baby, the death cry. It barely looked like a baby. It looked like a preemie, and yet it was 4 months old. All right, we gotta hurry, let's go. All right, I got it, guys, let's go, we're running out of time. Team, mission accomplished.
Yeah, we made it. We made it. We made it.
It's the most amazing feeling. My goal is to let people that become partners and join with us on this mission feel that same joy. To know that they were part of saving a life, to know that they're part of sustaining a life, and to see the transformation in the life of that child. Today might be the toughest of the journey so far. We received a call that there was a baby at the highest point of the mountain. Bella, slender, pale in appearance, starving to death. She's clearly suffering. She was hospitalized before with pneumonia. Then she was hit hard with malaria, which just worsened the condition. Her father doesn't have the money for treatment that she needs to recover. Unless we rescue this baby, Bella will die.
All right, guys, we've got about 25 miles we're gonna take by horse. It's the only way we can travel to cover enough ground fast enough to get to our destination point.
We're just ordinary people. I'm no different than anybody watching. I'm just so focused on saving that life that it helps keep me going to the end goal.
As a mother and a grandmother, my mind went, keep pushing, you're going to rescue a baby. The whole journey becomes not a journey at all. It's a mission. It's a trek toward life.
There was a part where we had to actually get off the horses and climb up a cliff.
Scaling a mountainside, across rocks, up a ravine. There were snakes, there were spiders. Everybody was tired, and they were just focused on saving that child.
The journey was harder than we thought. Our main concern is the clock, and you just keep going, because I believe in the man. To him, this is not a job, this is his passion. This is his life's work.
He's not going to sleep, he's not going to eat. He's doing it for the reward, and that is to save a life.
Some people call me a hero. I'm not a hero. These children are the heroes. These children that sit out in these villages and that they're dying and that they're starving and that they're sad and they're sick, and that absent our help, they will not see the light of another day. You're faced with the reality that you could have done something more. You gotta live with that. You gotta sleep with that at night. And we have one goal, one focus, one point in mind. Regardless of what it takes, I'm going in and I'm gonna rescue a child.
This is what it's all about. Extreme Rescuer's mission is very simple. Regardless of the circumstance, regardless of the conditions, against all odds, against really any kind of danger, we stay committed to our goal. And that is to rescue children. I challenge you right now to take action. Don't just sit there and expect these babies to rescue themselves. It requires us, me, my teams, and you to rescue these babies. You will spend the rest of your life knowing that you have rescued a child.
Maybe you can't get on a plane and get in the field and save a child, but you can become a rescuer right where you are now by pledging your support and saying, I want to help rescue these children that are dying.
You're saving a child's life.
How many people can say that they saved a life?
By making a simple monthly pledge of only $12, that's less than 40 cents a day, you will help me save children across the globe.
Do something. Be like a good Samaritan to the baby that's dying.
There is no better organization than Hope of Life and Carlos Vargas. They do everything necessary to make our rescues worth it.
We are not just saving babies. We build a place for babies that we rescue, a school.
They are going to ensure that who we rescue and save are sustained.
We want to keep going. We got a long way to go.
When you become a rescuer, you're getting involved in the life of that child. We're going to send you every single month a description of how that child is doing so you can see that they've recovered, that they're living the life that they deserve. There is nothing more rewarding in this life than knowing that you made a difference and saved the life of a child that is dying, that is desperate, that has literally hours left to live.
Knowing that you saved a child's life is something that you will take with for the rest of your life.
Consider if you don't make the call. As you watch this program, as you listen to my voice, children are dying. I can't do it alone. I can't do it without your support. And it takes you and I working together to make a difference.
They're still over there. They're still dying.
Every gift will make a difference in the life of a child. I'm asking you to make the decision that you're going to make a difference and be a rescuer. Your 40 cents a day helps sustain these children after they're saved, to provide medical care, to provide clothing and shelter, to provide clean drinking water, and to provide them the very sustenance of life. Food. Isn't that worth $12? Isn't that worth just 40 cents a day?
They're so happy you're giving them food, because that may be the only food they had today, maybe the only food they had all week.
We're changing lives. We're taking babies they'll never make it if we don't take them out of there.
I wish that I didn't have to ask you to pledge one single dime. I wish that we could just save these children and that it didn't cost, but it does. It takes one pledge of your financial support, only $12, 40 cents a day, and we can rescue children.
Damon has this motto that says, join me or send me. It's really that simple.
Join me or send me, but please take action right now. It just takes one simple call. Pick up the phone, please. Consider how you can help. You can change a life today, just like the Extreme Rescuers did.